Hey guys, TommyBryson here, and this video is all about 14 things you need to buy to be a responsible adult. Now, I know for a fact, most of us think that, hey Tommy, well, being an adult is more about saving and not spending. However, these 14 things in some way you're going to buy. So it's important you buy it, not just, what do you buy? No, it's also why are you buying it? And also, how do you buy it correctly so you basically don't end up messed up. For example, my mom told me, Tommy, go to college, buy an education. But if I did that incorrectly, I would have ended up like my friend with around 80K in student loan debt. On top of that, also, my grandpa told me, Tommy, don't rent for so long because basically you are just throwing money away. But in reality, if I bought a home in Bronx, New York, that would have cost me like around $500,000. It's just an insane idea. It's not always what you have to buy, but it's also when are you supposed to buy it? How do you buy it? Why do you buy it? Good intentions is not always the best thing. You can have great intentions. You can have a kid end up with like 30K in student loan debt, a whole bunch of car loans, a crazy mortgage, a crazy wife, and that is basically what we see a lot today, okay? Comment down below if I'm lying, okay? Let me know if I'm lying. But guys, that's what this video is all about. What are the 14 things you need to buy? How do you buy it? And why do you actually buy it, okay? Which is the most important thing. If you guys are new here, I post videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So make sure to also subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified. If you guys been here for a while, you know the vibes, okay? Make sure to go ahead and smash the like button because it helps a lot with the algorithm, with the YouTube, and all that stuff. So make sure to go ahead and smash the like button. The goal for this video is to get this video to 1,000 likes. That's crazy. Kinda, but get this video to 1,000 likes. Let's get it done, okay? Now, the very first thing is this, guys, okay? Obviously, 14 things is a lot to actually talk about and go into detail and tell you everything about. So instead of doing that, what I'm gonna do is basically break it down into 4 categories. So the first category is going to be things you actually need to buy for your health, but don't worry, second category is all about wealth, because I know everyone wants to know about Tommy, but what about the things that are going to make me rich and so on, okay? What's the point of being rich if you're like basically health-wise just like ruined? I have a friend makes like almost 10K to like 8K per month, but then his health is not that great. And I know you watch my videos, and that's what I'm saying here. And I said, hey, it's okay to go ahead and invest money into a nutritionist, into a trainer if you're having these much problems, because your health is actually a massive issue. So that's the whole thing here. Health always comes before wealth a lot of the times. Now, the very first thing is, Tommy, health. What do I need to buy in this category? Well, in reality, it's just 4 things. If I did miss something though, comment down below and let me know, because, everyone's different. So comment down below and let me know, what do you think is important here that I kind of missed out? But the first things are basically, you have insurance, you have groceries, and you also have, for example, exercise. Well, in reality, that's just around 3 things, not 4 things. But, it's pretty simple because I don't want to complicate this video too much. But the idea is, when it comes to insurance, this right here can get complicated, but in reality, it's not that complicated. However, I don't have time to go into full detail on all types of insurance here, but I do have videos about it already. So just click the link down below. I have videos down there in the description to show you exactly all the details here. But what are the insurances you're going to actually need? And why do you need insurance? Because basically, if something goes wrong, and it usually does, don't get me wrong, you want to make sure you're actually taken care of, okay? So that means you need 4 insurances, okay? You have, for example, health insurance, so that way, if you get sick, you're good. You also need car insurance, so if you crash, you're good, or you get hit, you're good. You also need life insurance, so if you're good. And on top of that, lastly, you also need, for example, potentially disability insurance in case your job is high risk and then you have a problem. Now, very simple, comprehensive kind of detail to actually have to do this stuff, okay? So for insurance, when it comes to life insurance, get term life insurance. It's 10 times cheaper than whole life, okay? Usually 15 times your annual income for 20 to 25 years is going to be enough. You're not going to be broke for 20 years, okay? You're going to be investing. So by that point, you don't need insurance. On top of that, when it comes to health insurance, usually get a high deductible health plan. That way, you save a lot of money on the monthly premiums, and also get a combination with an HSA account, a health savings account. So again, a lot of details here, but just go into the description and have a full video on all these things. Also, for example, car insurance. Just make sure, for example, your car insurance is not redundant with your health insurance. For example, I got into a car crash. My car insurance also covers, for example, my health medical bills, but my health insurance already does that. So just make sure your insurance is actually about what it's supposed to be. And by the way, you can actually take some courses, for example, like defensive driving, and get like a 10% discount or 5% discount. So also look for those things right there to save money and health insurance. And then lastly, disability insurance, well, that's something more personal or according, for example, to what your job actually is and what you actually do. But insurance, man, can get very expensive, over $1,000 per month. But if you do things correctly here, it shouldn't cost you more than $500 to $600 per month. I know it sounds crazy, bro. I know it's a lot of money. But imagine if something goes wrong, then you're going to be sweating it like a lot more. So that's why I do, for example, high deductible saves you money on premiums. Term life saves you a lot of money also. Everything here saves a ton of money. Description says everything also. On top of that, groceries. I know my vegans out there, my vegetarians, pescatarians, all these people right here, and normal people also, right? Well, not normal. That's kind of offensive. But the idea is, I get it, quality organic food, but you should not be spending more than $200 per person when it comes to your budget for groceries. It's just healthy food. You cook it at home, you're good to go. On top of that, lastly, for health, you also have, for example, exercise. A lot of people want to exercise from home, but a lot of people don't because they kind of just like procrastinate on it. So I have a gym membership. It shouldn't cost you more than $200 per month to take care of your health as far as exercise, because again, it's not just going to the gym, but it's also, for example, the gym, the meal plan, and also like the workout routine. For me personally, it costs me like $40 per month because I have, for example, like an app, a membership at the gym. I know how to meal prep already, so it's pretty good. But initially, it can cost you a little bit more, okay? However, remember, okay, health is wealth. If you have no health, no insurance, and you're just floating around, when things go wrong, it's going to hit you hard. So right there, you have almost like 4 plus 1 plus 1. That's 6 things to actually buy as a responsible adult when it comes to, being responsible. However, initially, do you need life insurance if you're like no family, no kids, no wife? Probably not. You can probably hold off on that. But you do need, for example, health insurance. Don't hold off on that. Pandemic showed us that. But now, let's talk about health, the health category here. What are the things you're going to need to buy, for example, as a responsible adult to actually make you wealthy and give you a little abundance here? Well, the answer is going to be, for example, obviously, education, your investment account, the house you're going to buy, and also a car. Tommy, a car is not wealth, right? What are you talking about here? Well, it does make sense. I'll tell you why here. But just to sum it up here, okay? The average person, when it comes to, for example, education, they graduate with around $30,000 to $40K in student loan debt. If you think about it, that's pretty stupid, and I'll tell you why. And if you're one of those people, don't worry, I also did it, so I'm pretty stupid also. So it's not like this massive thing. But if you're just about to go into school and all that stuff, think about it, right? If you graduate with $40,000 in debt, and you spent 4 years in this school, right? Divided by 4. That means it only costs you $10K per year. So there is a way to get a job and pay for school and graduate debt free. But most people, they get a job, use that money to buy things they don't need and go out, have fun, party lifestyle. Just don't do that. It's just stupid. So it's basically make sure you apply for a lot of scholarships, at least 200, and make sure also you get a job, at least 1 or 2, and side hustles here and there to pay for school and graduate fully debt free. It doesn't cost that much. Trust me. It's just like $10,000, $15K per year. And that way you graduate fully debt free. And when you graduate, you don't got to worry about no $300 payment per month. Okay. On top of that, okay, you also have investments. Most people don't invest anything. And most people try to invest when they're in debt. Once you're out of debt fully, except the mortgage, you can invest anywhere from 10 to 20% into your retirement accounts, your 401k, your Roth IRA. You want to max this out potentially dependent on your income. Also, you have the car loan situation. Tommy, your car is not a big deal. It's not an investment. It kind of is an investment, but it is a liability because you need your car to get from point A to point B, but point B is your work, which makes you money, and you don't want to waste time getting there. So in reality, just don't do the average stuff because average is stupid. Usually, don't buy a car that's new for $25,000, $35,000. Just get, for example, a used vehicle for $1,000 to $3,000 max, okay, initially. That's all you really need. And then lastly, for investments, you also have, for example, a home. And by the way, the home is the most important thing. However, right now, it is 2021 and everyone is freaking out about, hey, I'm 19 and I'm basically renting. What's the problem here? You don't need to buy a home so early, okay? Just kind of relax, okay? It's very expensive. And why would you buy a home when you don't even know if you want to be there for that long? You know what I mean? So just make sure when it's time to buy a home, you actually need one. You actually want one. It's actually time. For example, like when I'm 25, I'm going to buy a home, right? Because I'm going to get married. I know where I want to live, the location, all that stuff. I know the pros and cons, you know what I mean? But that's the main thing. Don't rush into it so crazily because everyone else is doing it on the internet. But the rule is when you buy a home, it's different for everyone, but it's not really that different, right? The rule is, what I follow is basically the 33% rule, meaning if I make $1,000 per month, the home I buy, including the mortgage, the maintenance, the taxes, the insurance, cannot exceed 33% of my monthly income. That's 33% of my monthly income on a 15-year mortgage. Now, what does this do? It limits you to a cheap home. So that way you're done with it a lot faster. My grandpa is still paying for this property after like 20 years. That's not what I want for myself. And he's still worried potentially about retirement because he doesn't have that much money also in his investment account. If you do things correctly here, you get to do things at the right pace, at the right price. You're not basically buying something you don't need. And forget about, but this is going to be my forever home. The average person moves every 5 years, okay? So don't think you're going to be there forever. Just buy something that's actually reasonable, that you can actually afford. If you get wealthier in the future, you want to upgrade houses, that's fine, as long as the math fits. Again, I have links down below on how to buy a home and all that stuff if you guys want to get into that stuff, okay? But the third category is all about love. And, you know, it's kind of weird, but I know most entrepreneur guys here that watch my channel and also the girls here, a lot of people don't care about this stuff. They're like, I don't really care about love, Tommy. I don't want to get no girlfriend. It's a distraction. That's an excuse, honestly, because, you know, having a partner is going to help you a ton. Having the right person is going to help you a ton. It's going to be an asset, not a liability here. But the main things you're going to buy here in the category of love is going to be, for example, most likely a wedding. Don't forget about that. Also kids. Don't forget about that. Also funerals. I'll tell you why that's important later. And also, for example, lastly, usually religion expenses. Okay. Now, let me explain here because it sounds kind of crazy here. First of all, the average wedding costs like $30K. And that's why I say average is stupid. You shouldn't spend more than $5,000 to $10K on a wedding, including all the expenses out there. For me personally, I bought the ring. The wedding's not gonna be that expensive either. The honeymoon won't be that expensive either, okay? Because the point is, I don't want to do like this one-day event where I go into debt for the rest of my life. That's not what I'm gonna do here. So don't spend more than $10K. Make that your budget. Don't believe in averages, okay? You don't want to be average. On top of that, also, when it comes to funerals, why is this important? Because if you love someone, you want to prepare them for when you're actually not here. But if you do get, for example, life insurance, term life insurance, it will cover this part, so don't worry about this part if you're responsible. On top of that, when it comes, for example, to kids, I don't know, man, but I grew up in a third world country where my only outfits were basically naked, a boxer brief, or, for example, like 2 outfits to actually go out to impress people, okay? That's what my grandma did with me. But I don't get the idea of like spending $10K on a kid in 1 year. It just makes no sense. On top of that, if you have insurance, it'll cover the birth, right? On top of that, all they really need is milk and food and stuff like that, and that's really not that crazy. But just don't go crazy. Like, I need to buy this right here that costs $1,000 and this and this and this, because at the end of the day, usually the kids are going to outgrow all this stuff in the first 5 years. So just don't go crazy with this stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. So basically, if you're smart, the health insurance is going to bring them into this world for free, basically. On top of that, if you're smart also, the investments are going to take care of them. And lastly, also, if you put money into a 529 account, a college account, that's going to pay for the education. If you start very early, they're not going to cost you that much money. They cost a lot of money when basically you're very unprepared and you're not planning. And the goal of this video is to make you a responsible adult, but things happen all the time, but just be prepared for when it happens. Don't buy kids fancy clothes and stop this whole idea of, I need to give my kid everything I didn't have. Your kid doesn't care about that stuff, okay? They care about you being present and actually being there for them. So me personally, have a kid, insurance. So I'm not going into debt having a kid. On top of that, I have investment money coming in, like to have, you know, like for the milk, making sure they're okay, they're safe, and all this extra stuff also. And for college tuition, if you start at age 0, and you put away 5% of your monthly salary into a 529 account, into actual good investments, guess what happened? That grows and grows and grows and grows, and 18 years later, they will have enough money to go to college fully debt-free. So that's that. Also, religion. I put it in here because basically some people here on the channel, including myself also, if you're if you're Christian or Muslim, whatever it is, usually you got to give 10% of your salary. So you put that in there, obviously, to make that a part of your budget. So that's the love side. But the last category here, number 4, is happiness, okay? So that means, you know, buying things usually you don't really need. And to me, happiness is just doing more of the things that make me happy. Not necessarily like buying things here and there, but I do like buying things, don't get me wrong. But this stuff might be, for example, vacations, a luxury vehicle, buying things you basically don't need. Also like entertainment and stuff like that, right? But the point is you want to budget for these things. You want to do these things after you're actually financially free, or just save up for them. So vacation means like 50 bucks a week in savings. By the end of the year, you have a good amount of money. By the way, it's a lot of money actually, because $50 per week for a whole year, that's around $2,600 to on vacation at the end of the year. So it's a good amount of money. So overall, guys, I know this video is very deep and in detail, and I put links down below to watch more content, because basically it's important. If you want to be responsible, you want to get everything taken care of, adulting is no joke, bro, and most people do it incorrectly. So if you do things correctly, you'll be fine. But overall, if I were to do everything in order, we basically, hey, get a skill first. So that means education first, graduate debt free, get the license debt free, trade school debt free. Then, for example, I'm renting for a while, I'm buying my car for cash, obviously. When it's time to get married, I save money up for those things like the wedding ring, and also, for example, like the actual wedding and so on, and the actual honeymoon. Save for these things. When it's time to buy a home, I'm putting down 10%, 20% on the down payment, right? But I'm buying the correct home using, for example, the 33% rule. Well, I'm also investing that 10, 20%. It's simple. What's hard is doing things correctly when no one taught you it, okay? So if you do things correctly, you'll be fine. All right, guys? So follow these rules. The 4 categories are just health, wealth, love, and happiness. So that's really about it. And inside of them, you have your expenses, things to buy, but it's simple. And don't overcomplicate it. Obviously, skill comes first, then the car most likely, pay cash for that, stay out of debt, you rent for a while, eventually if you want to get married, all that stuff, save up for that stuff also. If you want to buy a home, eventually buy it the correct way, you pay it off faster while you're also investing, and 8 to 10 years, you're fully done with everything. That's the core idea. But if you don't follow this, usually it takes the average person until like they're 60 to retire. But then again, they only have $60K in their 401k account. $60,000, by the way, $60,000, $60,000. So it's not really like you're retired, you're good, but it's more like you're retired, you don't got to work anymore, but you're still struggling. And that's not what I want for you or for myself. And that's why I made this video, to help you in some way. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Comment down below if I missed anything here, because sometimes I do. I'm not perfect, so comment down below, let me know. On top of also subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. On top of also like this video. If you want to call me and talk to me one-on-one, well, join me on my 3rd channel called TommyBryson, where I take calls for free from Monday to Friday. So subscribe to our channel. The link is down below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, follow me right here at TommyBryson. And lastly, if you want more content like this and my budget, what I do and all that stuff, here's a video right here on my budget and financial freedom. Also, click my face right here. See you guys tomorrow, and as always, peace.